Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks, where we talk about life, love, and business. Y'all got your coffee this morning? I got mine. It's going to help me wake up a little bit. I was up till about 1 o'clock this morning working. So y'all bear with me. But when that happens, there's some good stuff coming in. So we'll see you all in a few minutes. I want to talk about, once again, manifesting in the face of controversy. All right. We'll be right back. We'll get into it. Be a friend, tell a friend, and yeah, we'll be right back.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee. And he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee. And I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
All right, family, we are back. You are tuned into the Sajdah Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome. I got y'all coffee this morning. I got mine. Even though we're having a little heat wave over here in Chicago, I'm bundled up in my cozy Elijah Cohen sweatshirt. You can get it right here at this using this YouTube this QR code right here. So welcome, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've been working on some good stuff, just getting lots of things coming in. And so I was up this morning till about 1. I think I'm functioning on about 3 hours worth of sleep, but it's okay. It is okay. One of these days I'm going to come on here and not be sleepy. But in the meanwhile, we just going to keep manifesting and growing and tapping into those blessings and lining up with those blessings. Look, they out here selling fear, but we ain't buying it. I'm going to say it one more time. They out here selling fear, but we ain't buying. My brother Derek Muhammad from Houston posted that yesterday on Facebook or Instagram, and I love it. They out here selling fear, and we ain't buying it. So I want to take let's take about 2 minutes, okay? And I want us to just clear our minds, quiet ourselves down, clear our minds of the fear, clear our minds of all the drama that's out here. Let's just clear our minds. Let's not buy into the fear. Let's take about a couple minutes. We're just going to meditate. I want you to pull on whatever energy gives you strength. And if you can't find any strength right now, just sit quietly. Don't try hard, just sit. All right? Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Give me one more. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And let's just sit. Listen to your breathing. Get in tune with your breathing. Get in tune with your heart. We got about 1 more minute left. Excuse me. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Give me one more. Slowly come back to yourself. Open your eyes. It was a good 2-minute meditation. Help us to clear our minds. If you find yourself getting irritated with silence, then what you need to do is go deeper into the silence. Go deeper into that. A lot of us say that we're so spiritual, but we really don't pray that much. We really don't meditate that much. And the more you do that, the more you will find that your spiritual gifts will open up and you'll be in a better position when challenges come your way. How'd that feel? I think it feels really good when we do it as a collective. I love that. I'm thinking about doing let me know in the chat if you would be interested in just like some meditation power moments where we come on, we talk a little bit and set an intention. And just as a group of entrepreneurs, we just meditate on it. Let me tell y'all something. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't pray for your business, that you shouldn't pray in your business, that your spirituality should be separate from your business. Don't ever let nobody tell you that. Before you get ready to go into a meeting, you should be empowering yourself with meditation. Why is that important? Let me tell you, the first time I remember in the corporate space, starting to really use meditation. I got a contract with a company, and that's right, Sister Betty, they selling fear and we ain't buying it. I remember sitting in my car and I was dropping off a response to a bid opportunity. And I had spent all weekend working on it, the week, focusing on it, praying over it. And that Friday was the deadline. So Thursday, around 2 or 3, I went over to the offices and I was sitting in my car outside. And I was afraid and I was nervous to go in because I kept saying, they're not going to give me the contract. I'm Black. I'm a woman. I'm a Muslim. They ain't going to give it to me. And I just was mulling that over in my mind. I didn't have, the courage. I was just mulling it over. And I just kept thinking the whole time I was driving there, like, they're probably not going to give it to me. They're probably not going to give it to me. And then I remembered that I needed to change my language. Like, why are you saying they're not going to give it to you? Stop approaching this. And I'm saying this to all of us. Stop approaching this as if it's somebody's to give. You say you serve a true and living God. So you tap into what's already yours. And if it's meant to be, if they didn't want to give it to you, then Allah will put the circumstances together, scramble their minds, brains, whatever they had to do to make sure you get the contract if it's yours. So why not focus more on you walking in there with the right energy? Not the energy of, man, I really hope y'all give this to me. I hope y'all get it. You see how low vibrational that is? As opposed to, if it's mine, I'm going to get it. If it's mine, I'm going to have it. But see, all week, I had this momentum going. Man, I hope they give me this. I don't know if they're going to give it to me. I had this low vibration, but this momentum going of me going somewhere and just hoping they give me something. So I had already put myself on a lower totem pole. And then I started regurgitating in my head what the reason could be why they would not give it to me. And I had literally done this all week. I'd been working on this for a week, and my prayer consistently was, Allah, let them give it to me. I need it. Because I was really in a rough patch at that moment. And I kept saying, I need it. Let them give it to me. Just kept. And I thought I was doing something. I thought I was being spiritual. I was praying over it when I went to Kinko's and got it printed out. That's back in the day when you had to print the booklets out, and I had it all printed out, and I got it, and I got home with it, and I prayed and said, God, please let them give this to me. Please, I want this so bad. I was begging and pleading and coming off like a real lower level person, not like I deserved it, not like I was qualified for it, not like I had earned it through my past blood, sweat, and tears, not like God would give it to me if I wanted. No, 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 no. I was coming from begging, please let this happen. Please let me get this all week long. And when I sat in the parking lot, I had the thought in mind to change and to shift, but I couldn't pull it off because my momentum had been, man, if I don't get this, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is my last ditch effort. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just really low vibrational. And I walked into the building, and the person told the person at the front desk that I was there to drop off a proposal. She directed me up to what floor to go to. Got off on the floor. They had, excuse me, a person right there in the reception area signing. You had to sign in and give them your proposal. They gave you a sheet saying that, they had received it. And the whole time, I think I'm doing something. God, please, let them give it to me. I probably was even looking stupid when I walked in there, like, please let them give it to me. And I'm walking past, these white men from these large firms, and they walking in with, strutting with their suits on. And yes, I'm here from so-and-so organization, submitting a proposal, just very confident. But I'm walking in, yes, my name is Wendy Muhammad. I registered to submit a proposal. Okay, thank you so much. But what's the tape that's rolling in the back of my mind? Please, God, I don't know if they're going to give it to me, but please let them give it to me. This is what's rolling in the back of my mind. Go back out, past all these confident people who are walking in. I get on the elevator. I go down. I get in my car. I'm walking to my car. I'm noticing how raggedy my little car is and how I need to get this fixed. And I'm in that vibrational space. I'm noticing everything that's wrong. I'm looking in, I'm getting in the car, like, man, something don't sound right. And everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. Maybe I should have wore something differently. Why is there so much traffic? All of this. Needless to say, I did not get the contract. Got a letter saying, fortunately, we had so many candidates, but you weren't selected, right? And of course, I was all disappointed, like, man, that's messed up. And I ain't never put no proposals together again. And right? And then it hit me, the little thought that tried to peek through when I was sitting in the car. Why are you having this begging, poverty consciousness spirit? Why are you looking at it like, man, wonder what they doing? Why are you just noticing how confident they are, but then you saying, man, they ain't gonna give it to me? But guess what? I had played that tape in my head so much, I didn't get it. And I was convinced, because I had watched my mind create so much things that I had wanted, so many other things. Like I could say, man, I want to talk to so-and-so, and that person would call. Or I could say, man, I want to do such and such, and it would happen. Or somebody would call me and say, hey, let's do it. I could say, you know what? I kind of feel like running to the mall. Got to pick up a few things. And then one of my friends would call me and say, hey, girl, what you doing? You want to go to the mall? So I had watched my mind manifest these little things. And so I knew that the way I was talking to myself, the way I was begging, the way I was thinking and justifying my mind why they wouldn't give it to me was the reason why I didn't get it. And so after I got that letter, I went over, I had made 2 extra copies of the proposal. I took the letter and the proposals, and I just held it, and I sat down in my office. I was in my little office over here. I was in Chicago, my condo I had in Chicago, and I just sat down. My second bedroom had become my office. I had a desk and my fax machine over here, and another little countertop over there with my books and proposals and stuff. And I just sat down with it. And I apologized to myself. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry for talking to you like that. Because let me tell you some good things about yourself. And I said, you smart as hell. You can do this project with your eyes closed. You already got the people lined up that you need to pull in. You are such a beautiful and attractive person. You can do this. You got it. You've been smart all your life. I just broke it down to myself and I went into a whole rant, literally for about 30 minutes with myself. And I said, I want you to sit this proposal and this letter over here as a reminder to yourself not to talk to yourself like that again. And I just went on that next few days, that next week. And guess what? They called me. They said the person that they chose did not have, at this time, people cared about, the minority diversity. They didn't have any women or any Black people on their teams. And we wanted to know if you would subcontract with them. And we're going to put you in contact with them. You all will have a conference and we're going to award them the contract. But part of the contract needs to be yours because we have a inclusion issue here on this project. Mind you, I had gone into that 30-minute rant and every single day I was ranting to myself about what I knew. Look, you educated, you smart. The things my father would tell me just randomly when we would talk on the phone. He would just go into it. He'd be like, man, one thing I know, I told somebody the other day, man, my daughter is smart. So she's been smart all her life. She was reading that for. He would just go into a rant. I started doing that for myself. I stopped thinking about what was wrong with my car. And I started thinking about, man, I remember when I didn't have a car. And this little thing I got to get fixed. Let me go get this thing fixed. And I started forgiving myself and apologizing to myself for not recognizing who and what I am. And then I said, you know what, God, I want to apologize to you too, because you've been investing in me. You've been pouring in me. You've been loving me my whole life. Before I came into this world, you loved me enough to create me, bring me here, and help me to navigate this world. And so I'm sorry that I'm talking to myself as if I don't have the love and the support of the greatest being in the entire cosmos. You love me, but I'm acting like you don't. And I want to apologize. And everything that I'm going through that's subpar, that maybe the money, the business isn't flowing the way I want it. Maybe things aren't going the way I want it to go. I apologize. And I'm going to take responsibility for that because you gave me the ability to be creative. You gave me the ability to think. You gave me the ability to think outside the box. You gave me that ability. And I'm grateful to you for that. And I'm going to do more of that. And ever since then, I've had a practice where when I would be going through something, I feel myself getting a little down, I stop. And I apologize to myself. And you'd be surprised what just looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, I'm sorry. Because sometimes we get into our pity party. Sometimes things become controversial around us, or we make them controversial in our head, right? And then we allow it to shut us down, to stop us. Here I am talking about, well, I'm Black, I'm a woman. Well, what other choice do I have? I don't have another choice. I'm not changing my gender. I damn sure can't be white tomorrow. So I got to step up and go with who I am. I got to step up and find the divinity in who I am and who God made me to be, and know that that divinity is going to align me with whatever I want, whatever I need, whatever desires need to be fulfilled, and I'm going to be just fine. And so we tend to create, and that's what I was doing. I was creating controversy around myself so that I could use deceptive intelligence as an excuse for treating myself badly. That's somebody's word right there. Y'all didn't hear me. I was creating controversy around myself so that I could make an excuse for treating myself badly. And we do that to ourselves and we do it to other people. We like to talk about people. We talk negatively about people. Well, you know what? Maybe if she wasn't with Farrakhan, or maybe if she wasn't doing this, or maybe if she learned how to do that. We talk all kind of smack about people. Well, I heard that he was messing with so-and-so, and I heard blah, blah, blah. We use this because this creates controversy, and we use that intelligence, which is deceptive intelligence. We use that deceptive data as an excuse to mistreat somebody. It's the exact same thing that this country has done to us for over 400 years. Create a narrative around who they are, right? So that you have an excuse to treat them a certain way. You see it in politics. Create a narrative. Some people call it fake news. Some people just make up stuff, and everybody's making up all of this stuff. And that data, that stuff they make up, is what they use to mistreat that person, to murder that person, to arrest that person, to hurt that person, to cancel that person. And you know what? We do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. We sit there and we talk about, you a little fat. You done gain all this weight. Your hair ain't looking right. You don't look good. Your skin ain't looking good. You don't live in the right place. You don't know the right people. You made this mistake back in the day. You had a child out of wedlock. You used to be on drugs. You used to drink. You slapped somebody one time. You used to be ignorant. They think you dumb. I don't know how to do it. We go into the situation with all of this data. We create a controversy around ourselves, and then we expect ourselves to be able to manifest. No, you're not expecting yourself to be able to manifest. You want somebody to give you something despite the controversy you've created for yourself. That's what I had done to myself. So how do you shift that? Stop creating controversy around yourself and around other people so you have an excuse to mistreat them and mistreat yourself. You got to stop it. And when you look at how we do other people, see, if we having a party and we don't want to invite so-and-so, what do? If your auntie says, well, why you didn't invite cousin so-and-so? Because she did this, she did that, she did this, she that. She blah, 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 blah. Her kids is bad. You go into all of this stuff and you put up all this data, which gives you the intelligence you think that you can utilize to not invite her to the party. When in fact, if you was on your dean and you just didn't want to invite her to the party, you could just say, because I don't really want her to come. Period. Step up and stand up. This is what I'm talking about when I say manifesting in the face of controversy. How many of us have businesses where we came up with an idea, we felt like it was a brilliant idea and it just didn't go? Or we were planning on something and there's somebody else in power somewhere else and they say, nope, that's not going to happen. Some of us plan on going to a convention and all of a sudden the convention is canceled. Or they say no food at the convention. You can't sell food. Well, your business is based on food, or anything happens. And all of a sudden you're like, man, I thought I was going to be able to open my store up on such and such date, but they didn't come with the permit in time enough. Now I missed the whole holiday. Or I thought I was going to be able to make a lot of money this summer, but now they're doing construction in front of my building. What's the controversy? See, that's not created controversy. That's something that came from somewhere else. Well, guess what? If you use that circumstance to create a controversy so that you now have an excuse for not making no money, for you have an excuse now to have a pity party. You have an excuse now to make a God out of your trauma. And then you just sit there and go, well, no, I can't. I ain't got no money. I ain't got it. But if it's something you really want, you're going to get up and go do it. You're going to get up and make it happen. You talk about people, and I'm not trying to make light of food deserts, but this is an interesting concept because we go through all this and the parties say, there's food deserts in all these Black communities. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says to us, stop begging somebody else, especially the white man, I'm paraphrasing, to do for us what we could do for ourselves. Do we need to open a grocery store? Yes, we do. Do we need to figure out how to grow our own food? We got all these vacant lots around. You got a front yard. Grow you some food. You get a ride to go do everything else. Them new Jordans come out, you done took the bus downtown. When you want to go to the casino, you get you a ride. You get you an Uber. When you want to go do what you want to do, when you want to go to a party, you get a ride and you go do what you want to do. You want to get you some Crown Royal or some wine or something, you get you a ride and you go get it. You walk to the liquor store, but you can't walk to the grocery store. Oh no, it's a food desert. See, we got our priorities mixed up and we've allowed people to create controversy that gives us an excuse for not having what we need and what we want. See, ain't no controversy created around going to get them new Jordans downtown. Ain't no controversy created about you going to get that fifth of whiskey that you need. Ain't no controversy created around you going to get your lottery ticket. But they create controversy around you eating vegetables and around you having the food you need. So now you say, man, we ain't got no good grocery store, but you got a good liquor store, don't you? You get there, you walk there, you go take the bus. If you got to get you some hair supplies, if you got to get you some weave, if you got to get you some braid hair, you get on the bus, you get the Uber, you get a ride. But then because we've been psychologically operated on, the psych ops have created a controversy about something, and all of a sudden it gives us an excuse in our brain to not have it. And this is what we have to stop doing to ourselves. They are selling fear and we ain't buying it no more. You got to stop. See, we do the same thing to ourselves. I told y'all I sat in the car and all week I created controversy. I created the condition so that it would be easy for me if I didn't get the contract. I said, man, they ain't going to give it to me. I don't even think they give no contracts to no Black women. Well, they going to give it to me because I'm a Muslim. Well, my name is Muhammad. I ain't never changed my name. Well, let me figure out all these excuses. I created all this controversy and then I preyed on the controversy. Look at the deceptive intelligence. I create controversy around who I am. I created controversy over the size of my business. I created controversy over who I'm not. I created controversy. I used all these things. And then I turned around and said, God, please bless me. Even though I'm a Black woman trying to get this contract, God, please bless me. Even though I'm a Muslim trying to get this contract and they be hating on us as Muslims. Oh, God, please bless me. I'm not a white man. You see, I created the controversy and then I prayed on it. But what I should have done, which is what I learned to do after I apologized to myself. Allah, I'm educated. I had all these years of school. I've studied this. I know how to do it. I deserve it. I can make it happen. I know it anyway. If there's anything that I don't know, that you got me. I know that where my intelligence stops, yours will kick in. I know you're going to support me to be at the right place at the right time. The right person's going to look at my proposal. And because I'm a Muslim, I'm coming in here with a certain level of integrity and discipline. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to make sure I give equal opportunity to everybody I'm working with. I'm not going to discriminate against their employees. I'm not bringing all kind of nasty baggage in here. I should have been pumping myself up. I'm beautiful. I'm pleasant to look at. I'm going to walk in that office. I'm going to be sharp. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be a nice person. I could have been, everything they're asking for in this qualification list. I've either done before or I know how to do. And what I miss or anything that's thrown at me, I know you got me. You didn't bring me this far to leave me. The mere fact that I've seen this proposal, the mere fact that I desire to have this proposal meant that you have it for me and it's something that you want. And if I don't get this one, it's okay because I'm going to get the next one. But they're going to see me. They're going to know me. There's something valuable in this. I should have been ranting and pumping myself up. But instead, I created a controversy, directed my prayers to the controversy, and then was sad when I didn't get it. This is what we do. Put the fake news out. They do it to Minister Farrakhan all the time. All this news, they say, oh, he said this and he hates these people and he does this. And this is the most beautiful man that you ever, these things couldn't be further from the truth. And the people who know him know that. But the controversy is created to give people an excuse for mistreating him. And then we follow and do the same thing, not only to him, but to people in our lives, but most importantly, even to ourselves. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. I think y'all getting this. Let's see who we got here today. Okay, I see you, Brother Lamont. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Wa alaikum salam, sir. Happy Savior's Day. Sister Betty said, happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am. TM says ASA. ASA is an acronym for As-salamu Alaikum. And As-salamu Alaikum is Arabic for peace be unto you. It's a prayer that we give to each other and that we give to you. We wish you peace. So no matter what's happening in your life, we wish you peace. And that's why we say As-salamu Alaikum. RJ Funches says, As-salamu Alaikum, sis, and to the chat. Sister Betty says she loves it. Praise be to Allah. Brother Lamont said he needed that. I think that was right after the meditation. Sister Aletha says, ASA, good morning. Blessings, everyone. Wa alaikum salam and good morning to you, sis. Sister Betty said what I told y'all. Look, they selling fear and we ain't buying it. We're going to stop using deceptive intelligence to create controversy around ourselves and an excuse. This is why we like to sit up and talk about people. Because when you sit up and talk about people, you give yourself an excuse. We do it with organizations too. So if we sit up, let's say you're in a sorority and you talk about everybody, you talk about the president, the vice president, you talk about this committee and that committee, you say all these negative things. So when you don't show up to the meeting, even though the meeting is going on about its business, when you don't show up to support the organization, guess what? You got an excuse. Well, it's because I don't like so-and-so, so-and-so. We do it in the church. We do it in the mosque. And so we say all these negative things about each other. That way, if we have to mistreat each other or we feel we need to mistreat each other, we get away with it. In our mind, we think. But this is what we do. Okay, Sister Monica is in the house. Welcome, sis. She says, As-salamu alaikum and great Saturday family. We say wa alaikum salam to her. RJ Funches give us the greetings. As-salamu alaikum. Sister Sandra D. She gives us the greetings. She says, As-salamu alaikum family, Saturday blessings and love. We received that, sis. Thank you, thank you. Yes, ma'am. She commented, apology to self. Yes. Deep dive. Tonisha says, teach. Sister Sandra says she's cussed herself out before, but she never apologized to herself. Take a moment when we get off of here, Sister Sandra, and apologize to yourself. Apologize. Anything, instead of cursing yourself out, you can motivate yourself. But I want you to stop for a minute and apologize to yourself and see what it does to your central nervous system and how it settles yourself down. No matter what you're looking at in the mirror, if you say, you know what, I'm sorry for looking like this. I'm sorry for being like this. I'm sorry for whatever it is, I don't know, for not exercising, not eating right. Apologize to yourself. Just apologize and do better. Okay. Yes. Adjust your crown of another adjust the crown of another person as opposed to knocking it to the ground. Yeah. See, we like to knock the person's crown to the ground, Sister Tonisha, because then that gives us an excuse to treat them negatively. We've learned it, and you see it in the news and on television all the time. That's why when they put out news and stuff now about celebrities, you can't believe it. I'm going to tell you all another quick story. Years ago, I may have told y'all this story, but I'll tell it again. Years ago, I had a music company, a music distribution business. I had come up with this idea of helping artists to distribute their music. And this was right when we were just starting to go into digital. And so I had created or got a contract with a company that was offering digital music. It wasn't really that popular back then. And then I had actual physical distribution deals that I could do with companies. I'm not going to say any company names, but I remember there was an artist down south, and I got them a deal with a company. We were in LA, and they asked us if we wanted to pay, I think at that point it was like $10,000 a month, to do this. Let me explain it without telling you the name of the program. To do this program where they would have 1,200 college students post to the internet any information that you want to help drive sales. So if you had a problem with your competitor, if it was a rap beef, whatever, you could feed this information to these 1,200 college students that they had around the country, and they would post it. Facebook, MySpace at that time, and get it out to the different magazines, Source Magazine and all of that, right? And I was like, wow. So anything they wanted to say about you, you could tap into their PR machine and say good things about yourself. Like if you wanted to announce that you just had a baby, or that you were getting married, or that you did some charitable work, you could feed a one sheet over to them and they would post that and blast that. Or you could say, hey, I'm over here in this particular town. I'm in Chicago, and my competitor just dropped an album and I don't like them. And so I'm going to make up something about them. And it didn't matter if it was true or not. They would just post it for you. And you could pay $10,000 a month for that. And I remember when I saw that, I said, this is getting ready to change the dissemination of information, because people are going to stop researching whether things are true or not. And they're going to respond to it if it goes viral, whether or not it's true. And that is exactly what happened. That was about 20 years ago, maybe. And now you see how that rolls. So it's a matter of creating the chaos. There's a book that the minister gave us to read years ago called By Way of Deception. And so basically what you do is you assassinate the person in the press first, so that when the actual physical assassination happens, you control the public's reaction to it. And so now what we do is we tarnish or mess up the character of the person in the public, so that when something happens to them, people are like, that's what they get, or you see, or whatever. And in essence, we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. So we prime ourselves to not be successful. That's why when controversy is thrown at us, we can't manifest. Let me know if you have any questions or if you don't get this. Sister Aurelia says, No fear of grief. Step up and stand up. Sister Tanisha says deceptive intelligence is a killer. Sister Sandra is elaborating. She said, I cuss myself out, but never apologize to myself and motivate myself and stand on what I know is good. Damn, I needed this. Praise be to Allah, sis. Yes, apologize to yourself. And I'll tell you something I did during Ramadan last year. Ramadan's coming up, so you should figure out a theme of something you want to focus on. It's right after Savior's Day. So we come back from Savior's Day and we about to go right into Ramadan. It's a chance to lose some weight and get cute. Get spiritual, get close to God. I love Ramadan. But here's the thing. You have that book too. Garland Max said he have that book too, By Way of Deception. During Ramadan, what I did last year was I went on a forgiveness, a 30-day forgiveness process. And every day I found something, and I had a notebook, and I wrote out the 30 days. I had a page for each thing that I was forgiving myself. And I would come and, let's say, whatever it was, I would forgive myself. I would write out why I forgive myself, how I'm going to do better by myself with that one particular thing. And I just forgave myself. And I found 30 things that I needed to forgive myself for, whether it was something where I wasn't stepping up to the plate, even if it wasn't something that I consciously felt like I was doing wrong. I had a client who did this, and she said something very powerful. She said, I forgave myself for not making that much money in my business. And I said, say more. And she said, I was holding myself hostage because I felt like I should be doing better. I should be having more money. And she said, once I forgave myself, I got more creative. But as long as I was just trying to push the square peg into a round hole, I kept doing the same thing over and over again, almost abusing myself because I'm not getting any results. And so I really needed to change, but I didn't change. And I was abusing myself. I was stressing myself out. I was becoming upset. I was becoming bitter. And she said, I forgave myself for that. And I said, I love that. And so that's an opportunity too. But I use that. That was what I did Savior's Day. I haven't decided this year what theme I'm going to use. It may just be the apology theme, where every day for 30 days throughout the whole month, I'm apologizing to myself about something. And we've all had things in our lives that we participated in, or thoughts that we've had, or manners in which we have not been ourselves, accepted who we are and been ourselves. Some of us have had to forgive ourselves for being sick. And you may say, but wait, if you're sick, that ain't your fault. Yeah, but you might be mad at yourself for being sick. So releasing that energy and just letting it go. Some people are angry because they maybe grew up in a certain way and didn't have access to certain things, and they feel behind the 8 ball. You need to apologize and forgive yourself for that. Because who you are and what you've been through is exactly what you needed to become who you are today. And all of that will lead to where you're going. So accept it and forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on and mad at yourself. Forgive yourself and move on. Apologize to yourself and move on. And so these are practices and techniques that we can use, especially in business. I forgive myself for not being as creative as I should have been. I forgive myself for being lazy. I forgive myself for not thinking outside of the box. I forgive myself for being stuck in a box. I forgive myself for not stepping out on faith. I forgive myself for not stretching myself. Right? I forgive myself for just looking for the easy way out. I forgive myself for allowing somebody else to control my business. I forgive myself for not stepping up when I knew I needed to. I forgive myself for excessively competing against people. I forgive myself for always feeling insecure. I forgive myself for copying off of what I see everybody else doing. I forgive myself for not even starting in the first place. You see? These are things that we can focus on to help us manifest in the face of controversy. Sometimes it's controversy that other people have created, but a lot of times it's controversy that we created ourselves. I apologize to myself for that addiction. I'm going to do better. Apologize to yourself. Forgive yourself. Look in the mirror and forgive yourself. I don't care if you think you all that. I don't care if you feel like you the baddest person on the planet. You got something in your life that you can apologize to yourself for and forgive yourself for. And then you just let it go. Let go of the energy, but don't create the controversy. I'm saying it one more time. Don't create the controversy and then pray to overcome the controversy you created and then get sad because you manifested the controversy you created. It's interesting, right? You all know how powerful your mind is. You know, you can think something and make it happen. You know, you can just halfway think it and make it happen. So imagine what you're making happen and the controversy you're building in your life by focusing on it, creating it, focusing on it, praying on it. Man, you making sure it happens. Focus on being successful. Focus on having a good time. They selling fear and we not buying it. Think about it. If we serve a true and living God, all right, then in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whatever's happening, whoever gets in office and who don't get in office, whoever gets the job and don't get the job, whatever, you got to find a way to transform that energy so it serves you and your purpose and the fulfillment of your purpose in life. No matter what type of energy comes to you, your energy should be such that you can transform any energy into what it is that you want. You got to be a powerful transformer. You got to be an alchemist. You got to bring your atmosphere, your environment with you everywhere you go. Put that orbital bubble around yourself and you just flowing. When I go into a crowd, I put my imaginary bubble around myself so I don't get sick, so don't nothing come to me, so that I'm not affected by anything that is negative or contrary, and I just start focusing on Allah, make me in the right place at the right time. Put me in front of the right person so that I can have what I want. Good or bad, do what you need me to do so that I can walk right into the blessings that you got for me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I'm always meeting and talking to the right person at the right time. I'm always stepping up and walking right into your blessings. Because I know, if nothing else, you desire that me, among all the people you brought me here on this planet to make yourself known, you are in me. And I walk in as your agent, as your conduit. When I walk in, you walk in. So what you need me to do? Let's step up, y'all. Let's do what we got to do. Let's applaud ourselves. They selling fear and we ain't buying it. All right, family. Support the network. Go to Cash App, Sajdah Enterprises. Look, I don't care if it's $5, $10, $50, $100, but get in the habit of being in support. Okay, somebody give you something, you make sure you flow and give it back. See, money has no value until it moves. And you don't want to be in a position where you live in a subtraction mindset where you're like, gimme, 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 and you acting like you stole everything. Always open up and support and give. And I'm asking you today to give to Sajdah Enterprises. Go to Cash App, Sajdah Enterprises. Okay. Use the QR code up here. It's over here. Use this QR code right here. All right. To access our virtual gift shop, go to sajdahhouse.com. You see it all scrolling across the bottom here. Go to sajdahhouse.com. Make sure you book your Savior's Day tours there. And we have a wonderful reception, 2 receptions planned for you. Make sure you go out there and book and donate. Okay. We want to continue to raise my sister Kiana. She's not on here, but she fires me up. She called me was it last week before last? She said, girl, we walking this baby down this Savior's Day. She said, the midwives is coming in town and we walking this baby down. I said, listen, let's do it because I'm ready. So we just ask that you support the cause. You know, my thing is I want to see us become happier, healthier, wealthier, experience more love, and walk right into our purpose and what we showed up on the planet to do. I want us to know the true and living God and be able to manifest it. I want us to be kind to people. I want us to be uplifting. I want us to be leaders in the world, powerful leaders in the world that can make a difference. All right. So thank you, each and every one of you. Happy Saturday. Go out and do something good for somebody today. And yeah, that's it. Any other questions? We got about 3 minutes. Any questions, comments? I see Sister Betty said amen. Did y'all enjoy our meditation? I think it was a couple of y'all that said that y'all would love to do the meditation. Let's see. Do we got any questions? Somebody. Okay. Love you too. Love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, family. Look, y'all, check out this little commercial I got. I think you're going to like it. And we'll see you all. I'm going to do some lives leading up to Savior's Day. I'm going to do more lives, do some from the house. Let's just talk. Let's just be together. All right. But don't go anywhere. Check this out.
That house is where I came to life. You took pictures of me in that house, but it wasn't quite the room that I was in with Mother Marie. Yeah, I know you do. And Mother Marie, I was just a little baby Muslim. She said, brother, that's not the same child that I born into this world. Allah made him with his own hands. I was in that room. Little did I know that Allah was making me with his hands and the messenger's hands to be his chief helper